Hey guys, Godzilla here. Today we're back on War Thunder and we're going to be flying out the Focke-Wulf 190 A-4. The first Tier 2 German aircraft, second Focke-Wulf 190 on the tech tree after the A1 variant. This aircraft has a top speed of 384 miles per hour at 19,000 feet of altitude. The maximum altitude is roughly 40,000 feet. It has a turn time of 23.4 seconds, a rate of climb of 12 meters per second, and a takeoff run of 1,378 feet. In terms of armament, this aircraft carries two 20mm MG151 cannons with 500 ammo, another two 20mm cannons, but this time the FF/M variant, which only carry 180 ammo, and then two 7.92 MG17 machine guns, which carry 1,800 ammo. Performance and in game, it seems to be quite a decent aircraft with good handling. Though recently I have been flying it a lot in realistic. Beforehand I hadn't really flown it, so when I got it I sort of just moved on to the next aircraft, never really properly flew it. Right, so on the Norway map I believe at the moment, sort of heading towards the central. Okay, so it's an enemy aircraft down there. We've got a P-61. Not going to dive down there, I've got altitude, I may as well sustain altitude. Okay, you've got a B-25 over there, looks like he might go for friendly bases over there, so if I can get him before he drops his bombs, might be able to save us some tickets and help us win the battle. Right, so B-29s are quite dangerous opponents. The guns on them are very powerful, so it's good to try to keep your distance, but hopefully in this aircraft with the 420mm and two 7mm machine guns, which won't actually make a difference, hopefully I'll be able to take him down relatively quickly with some ease. Right, looks like he might drop his bombs. He is sort of in the right position to take them down. Okay. Cockpit view is quite nice in this aircraft, but it does need some updates. The canopy frame's looking a bit old and worn. I think they should give the 190 line a update. Okay, fire some shots, right. Getting behind him. This was actually one of the first battles I did in this aircraft for quite a while, so apologies for the bad aiming, but you know, gotta get used to an aircraft. Alright, come around behind him. Find some shots, he's now leaking oil. Fuel, set fire to him. Right, he's just badly damaged my engine, just keep firing, he is still alive. There goes his tail, without a bit. And he's dead, there we go, I get the kill. Right, I am very badly damaged, and my engine seems to have sustained some quite critical damage, so I'm going to head back to base. That would probably be a rather good idea. Okay, head in direction. Due to the engine damage, I prefer to get back a lot faster, but also sustain altitude in case of an engine failure. Because if you're relatively far from the airport with an engine failure, the likelihood is you're probably not going to get back. So the more altitude you have, the better it is for your situation. Alright, so it's a nice cockpit. The instruments are all very nice, but the canopy framing on the inside just seems plain. Maybe add some rivets or something that would detail out a bit. If they do a model, they're doing model updates at the moment for a lot of the Spitfires, early Spitfires, and the Stukas at the moment. So hopefully the early 190s will get a model update in the near future. Just making them that bit nicer. Right, so I'm losing speed very fast. It would begin to appear that my engine may be failing. So if I can just sustain as much altitude as possible, but not, if I lose too much speed but have altitude and I stall, that could be worse than if I had not much altitude but speed. So I need just the right mix of speed and altitude. Okay, so I'm getting quite low, and the one problem, I've got a failing engine and the airfield seems to be surrounded by hills. So I need to get over those hills. It appears my propeller's stopping. Okay, well my engine stops and the airfield is surrounded by hills, so this is going to be close, and I need to sustain speed. So hopefully I'll have just enough height and speed to get back. So that definitely has stopped. It's only turning due to the airflow now, so got to keep going. The airfield is just on the other side of that hill, and my speed is decreasing, but very slowly, so I need to get just the right glide ratio to get over this hill and to the airfield. I'm not going to set up a four-field approach, even if I have to smash it in by destroying the gear. If I can just get it on the ground and repairing, then that should be fine. Doesn't seem to be any enemies nearby, so it should go well. So in terms of this factor, if the engine fails on the 190, which I found it quite easily gets damaged and fails, it glides quite well, surprisingly. Let's see about this though. So quite low. Let's pull up and get over these hills. So I have a bit of speed, but I'm very close to the full speed. So if I can just dodge these trees, stay as low as possible to try and sustain speed. I'm not going to get over that hill. Got to go around this. Okay, I'm now getting very close to airfield ground level. So I really need to start getting in. Okay, there's the airfield. That was very close over those hills. That could have very definitely looked like I got that just right. Okay, gear down. Gonna have to skip this to a stop. There we go. Coming in. Don't think I return to the gear. And a bit of a hard touchdown, but that doesn't matter. I got the aircraft down after a very bad engine failure. So I think that's actually very successful, that. Nice. And stop the aircraft. Lovely. If that's one thing I can say for the 190, they do skid stop very well. You can get them stopped very fast. That's not always what matters. Okay, let's just get rearmed. Okay, rearmed. Let's go. Oh, there's a Dornier 217. Bit of a unusual landing there. Seems to have lost his gear. And another 217 inbound, so we do still have 2 bombing aircraft. Very good. It doesn't look like we've destroyed their bases yet, so that's going to be something they're going to have to do. And I'm up. Takeoff distance for this aircraft's quite good. Very good for short takeoff and landing sort of stuff. And the acceleration is pretty decent after you've actually taken off. Alright. Okay, jumping forward to later in the battle. Only 2 enemy aircraft left. And there's a P-51, one of the last 2 enemy aircraft. P-51. 20 mil should take air. 20 mil to Curvin. Not his pilot. His pilot's now dead. Dead and fallen into the ocean. Okay. Now to head for that P-61. Just speeding up a bit here. Right, so can't actually see where he is. He's disappeared. Was over here, so I might as well just take a look. Right, he's not over here, so if I turn around. Ah, there he is. He's over by those ships. Doing some little ground attack on the boats. So up to now in this battle, we've had 2 kills and an engine failure and have to glide back to base. And this guy is the last person on the enemy team. And there's 4 people left on my team, including me. Right, so he's landed at A, which has been captured by the enemy team. One issue is it's completely surrounded by anti-aircraft guns, which will probably kill me if I go near them. So I can't really go near him. And it looks like he's just sort of camping there and just not taking off, which is a slight problem. I can just get around The one good thing on A is there is some hills on one side, so if I really need to, if I can get to about 300 miles an hour, I can probably duck below those hills, get over them, kill him, get back around and out. That's what I might attempt to do. He doesn't show any signs of moving. Might have to just go and try and shoot him down. Okay then, let's do this. Firing some shots from long distance. Doubt they're going to hit. Okay, let's do this. We're going to go around. I'm going to try a long distance attack. Going out far, pulling back around behind this hill so the AA can't hit me. Here we go. Ducked over, pulling up. He has got an he's got a rear gunner, so he's probably going to he's shooting at me. Firing the guns. And he has destroyed my engine, but I've killed him, and that means the battle can win. But my engine has been completely destroyed again, so my engine's failed. My propeller's going to stop any minute. Very successful. So that's 3 kills, and from the looks of it, another engine failure. And there we go, their tickets are going down nicely. And my engine fails again. Just to finish it off, as their tickets are finishing. A badly done water landing. There we go. A great battle. Well, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.